My name is Kamali Minter, and I've been stealing my neighbor's recycling. Okay, I've been waiting for the sun to go down because I've got to get these into the recycling bins across the street before anybody sees me. Oh boy! It's not exactly something I'm proud of, but I just moved and my new home doesn't have recycling. So I figured better to borrow someone else's than to not recycle at all. Nobody saw me. That's so embarrassing. It's not really my fault that I will go to such extreme lengths for our environment. I mean, this learned behavior came from my mother, who's the queen of green.
There's different forms of composting. This is what I use. That's paper that I've shredded in my paper shredder. And this is garbage from my kitchen.
I grew up on organic vegetables, vitamin supplements, and recycling like way before it was even trendy. Hi! We're here at my old garden that I planted last summer. This is my organic garden. I grew, it's an herb garden. I've got basil and rosemary. Look at rosemary. It's cute, they're like little pine trees. But now that everyone's going green, I've gone from being an outcast to being in mode. Chloroxygen, I mean, who doesn't need like chlorophyll chock full of oxygen? Concentrated green food, green on the inside and on the out. And respiratory defense, because wow, does LA have really bad air. You know, help strengthen your lungs. All of a sudden, all my friends want my random health knowledge. Wild yam, this is a woman's herb. I'm not gonna go through all my herbs though, that's really not fun. They want recipes from me, it's kind of cool. I decided to do an Italian-inspired dish, and it's polenta cakes with mushrooms and spinach and basil and artichoke hearts all sauteed together, piled on top with some marinara. Things are looking up, except for this little recycling problem. Although, I guess it's not so much a problem as it is a chance to learn something new. Okay, so I decided to try to find a legit way to deal with my recycling problem. So instead of stealing my neighbor's recycling, I found a recycling center here in Burbank. Look at all this trash. It's awesome. The great thing is none of this is going to end up in a landfill. It's all going to get turned into new products that people can use. There's like 5 or 6 different kinds of plastics. Who knew? And they all have to be separated before you can recycle them. So I'm about to figure out how all of this stuff works. Craig, who helps run the Burbank Recycling Center, agreed to give me the 411 on recycling. Oh my goodness. I would have never guessed that was in there.
And this is kind of what's happening right now. This is the end of the sorting line. There's actually 3 sections of it. And so the first section, we pick off the really big chunks of cardboard, plastic. Then it goes over a screen. It's a bunch of spinning axles. Small things fall through, big things go up over the top. So the big stuff is mostly big chunks of paper.
Gotcha.
And we're consuming at mythological rates.
Yeah.
And we're only recycling a portion
of it.
The rest of it's going into holes in the ground, floating out in the ocean. I mean, we have to reverse the industrial world.
Yeah.
I had this bumper sticker on my car that says, "Visualize industrial collapse."
No. Amazing information. This is so exciting. So that trip to the recycling center blew my mind. I had no idea that like recycling was so technically complicated. It's kind of amazing, like what it takes to go through all of the waste that actually does find its way to becoming something new and productive. I have a whole new respect for recycling, I have to say. 2 points! I guess you could say my life has been a mission to kind of heal myself, heal my planet, one adventure at a time.